Look, I'm gonna level with you. This game is very dark and violent, so if that's not your thing, you might want to steer clear from this series. Hello everyone and welcome to Max Payne. I am Narrate. This is my new LP, and I wanna point something out. I will be playing this on Fugitive. This is the normal mode. It's hard enough, believe me, and it has kind of an adaptative difficulty. But I do have a save on Dead on Arrival, because at the end, there's something special you get if you beat on Dead on Arrival. So, let's start with Fugitive.
Standby, 1010, investigated reported disturbance at Acer Plaza.
10-4 dispatcher, verify address.
It's Acer Plaza, repeat, Acer Plaza.
Shots fired on the rooftop. An assault in progress at Acer Plaza. Repeat, an assault in progress. It's a war zone down here. 1085 dispatcher, need additional units. Additional units now. Officer in danger. Officer in danger.
10-5, please repeat, 10-5, all units, emergency. Officer in danger, Acer Plaza, repeat, Acer Plaza, all units.
They were all dead. The final gunshot was an exclamation mark to everything that had led to this point. I released my finger from the trigger, and then it was over. To make any kind of sense of it, I need to go back 3 years. Back to the night the pain started. I was still on the force back then. NYPD, Manhattan, Midtown North Precinct, Hell's Kitchen.
So when are you coming to work for me, Detective Payne?
You'd make me work undercover in some hellhole. Sorry, Alex. Michelle and the baby come first. See? My last smoke. It's bad for the baby.
That's you, Max. A regular Boy Scout.
See, Alex.
Still on for poker Thursday night, right?
Like taking candy from a baby. Life was good. Sun setting on a sweet summer's day. Smell of freshly mowed lawns. Sounds of children playing. A house across the river on the Jersey side. Beautiful wife and a baby girl. The American dream come true. Honey, I'm home. But dreams have a nasty habit of going bad when you're not looking. The sun went down with practiced bravado. Twilight crawled across the sky, laden with foreboding. Michelle, honey, anybody home? I didn't like the way the show started. They'd give me the best seat in the house, front row center.
Now, there's a lot to talk about. You're probably wondering, why am I not doing this on Dead on Arrival in the first place? Well, on Dead on Arrival, you only get 7 saves per chapter. And I don't want to go through this while recording. It's not fun to watch or to do.
Something ugly had been tattooed on the wall. A map of things to come. It was a poison syringe, a magic tag full of diabolical meanings.
And the game is hard enough on normal. It has sort of this adaptative difficulty. If you do well, the game gets harder. So if I'm well trained from playing on Dead on Arrival, I should get the harder difficulties. Let's see.
Listen, someone's broken into my house. Call 911.
Is this the Payne residence?
Yes, someone's broken into my house. They're still here. You have to...
Good. I'm afraid I cannot help you.
Who is this? Hello?
Why didn't you call the cops? It's because you're a cop? Are you a cop? Well, anyway, I have quite a bit of history. This was one of the first PC games I played. I mean, the first, hardcore PC games.
Michelle!
I played at a friend's house and I was addicted.
Freeze! NYPD, drop it!
Sadly, Sadly, the game doesn't have subtitles.
No, please God, no.
And I wanted to play this mostly because I wanted to show like the different contrast between the third and the first games. Basically the first game, because I won't be doing Max Payne 2 directly after this. But anyway, we continue forth. Fallen Angels. Almost got dead there.
No.
Not really.
No,
They
God,
do,
no,
like,
please,
if
Michelle.
this wasn't Dead on Arrival, I probably have died there.
That was 3 years ago. Everything ripped apart in a New York minute. The killer junkies had been high on a previously unknown designer drug, Valkyr, V. After the funeral, I told Alex I'd be transferring to the DEA. It took us 3 long years to get a break in the Valkyr case. Then, finally, 2 months ago, a dime dropper tipped us off that Jack Lupino, a mob boss in the Punchinello crime family, was trafficking. I went undercover, infiltrated the worst mafia family in New York.
Now, there are many secrets in this game. I'll try to show them as it goes on, but there's even secrets in the tutorial level, so after the game is over, I'll revisit all of the secrets.
I came in from the cold and the dark. Outside the city was a cruel monster. I've been slowly working my way from the small time to the big fish, trying to get to the source of the drug. Alex and BB were my only contacts in the DEA, the only ones in this decrepit city who knew I was down here.
BB here. Something urgent has come up with Jack Lupino. You need to meet with Alex immediately at the Roscoe Street station.
I hadn't had a face-to-face with Alex since I'd gone undercover. Outside, the mercury was falling fast. It was colder than the devil's heart, raining ice pitchforks as if the heavens were ready to fall. Everyone was running for shelter like there was no tomorrow. It didn't get any better when I got to the subway. The feeling hit me like a point-blank shot straight in the face. Something was not right about this. My Beretta stirred nervously under my coat, but the train doors had already shut behind me, and I was in for the ride. Next stop, Roscoe Street Station, and Alex.
Seriously, so much flourish. I don't know how Max is in 3, but if they don't have these voiceovers, I should probably watch a Let's Play of someone of this.
The station was drenched in gloom. Alex was a ghost, nowhere to be seen. I'd have to look for him.
The game is a lot darker too. You can probably see. Well, shoot. Things started well. It already started badly with the prologue. Now we have this. That cop. We have that
Death
cop
was in
our
the air
hands.
at Roscoe Street. I'd have to find Alex fast.
The hardest thing would probably not talk over Max, which he talks a lot. There's a lot of those comic cutscenes which have become very iconic to the game. I honestly can't imagine a Max Payne game without it.
The pills would
Painkillers.
ease the pain.
Yeah, painkillers is basically, if you see our health down there, that little silhouette of us, that's our health.
Wasn't Jake supposed to take care of this?
And we can bullet time. And the amount of times we can bullet time, showing the hourglass right beside our health. And the amount of painkillers we have. So,
Yeah, he's dead all right. Hey, it's me you talking to.
enemies are way harder to kill. I feel kinda more daring because I'm not on Dead on Arrival. But Dead on Arrival, I have to be really careful. But anyway, painkillers or damage in our health is showing the red meter in the silhouette.
Hey, we're getting around. You hear me?
So, the more red we become, if we become completely red, I'll die. Although there's a limit where you start recharging, restoring your health a bit. But you'll see Max limp a little. And painkillers will fix that. So, we gotta find and keep as many painkillers as we humanly can. Now we get shotguns into the mix. Things are going to get interesting. Shotguns are awful. Shotguns are honestly awful. It might look good, but I got lucky there. Shotguns are really hit or miss. Because you either hit the guy and he dies, or it doesn't happen at all.
A massacre.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Here from nowhere. We need to get help. I can make the call from the control room 1 floor up. Can you take me there?
Sure. Sounds
Now
good.
there isn't any real secrets or Easter eggs in this area. Move, dude! So we won't be going to those. However, there is ammo to be found all around. Welcome to Chase Smith Down. So if you search for it, you have no problem finding it. However, if you remember, there were some mooks, some little evil bastards that ran away from us. What we gonna do
Where are you going? The control room's up the stairs.
is shoot them dead. What the shotguns do are kind of useful in this difficulty, though. I wouldn't hold my breath using it for long. So, here's what I'm gonna do. Oh, thankfully the guy stayed behind. That could have ended badly. You can shoot those gas canisters. More often than not, they will open little secrets by exploding things. I don't think there's anything else here. Doesn't look like it, so let's keep going. Our shotgun will be our best friend for now. But honestly, I'd rather have the dual Berettas. We just need to bring this guy over here. He will open that,
Home free. This way.
and like in any fashion, like in most games, it's Red Faction all over again. We meet someone, they die. It's Red Faction all over again. So we gotta get inside there, and we gotta turn the power back on. Alright, we gotta use this. Anybody? Anybody home? Is anybody alive? And this idiot will get on our way here, and I'm gonna end up dying here because I'm not being careful at all. I did it. As you can see, I used one of the pills, and I recovered a little bit of health. It's not instant, so you have to be careful when you use them. You have to be careful not to overuse them, or else you might find yourself in a bad situation. It's always good to have about 4 or 5 in your person at all times, you know, just in case something happens. So, and you can find, even on dead on arrival, you get a lot of painkillers in these cases. I don't think the amount of ammo and painkillers you get changes. Although I probably will use a lot less painkillers in this.
The train lit up like a Christmas tree. The power was back on.
You can get all sorts of small insights from Max if you bother to check stuff. If you bother to check everything. So I always forget that you have to press this. I think there's not many doors in the game that you have to press a button to open. It won't stop me from forgetting every single time, though. So our objective right now is to get to this train. You can check behind here. What I don't... Well, there was a Beretta there. But there's not really anything of importance here. We can go forth and prosper. And Max, in case you don't know, the face of Max Payne is actually Sam Lake. At least in this game, it's actually Sam Lake, who also made Alan Wake.
So much for being subtle.
In case you didn't know, amongst many other games. Now we gotta turn on bullet time here, in order to make this easier on ourselves. Okay, we're back. This time I have more health, more painkillers, and I'm less of a jackass. Or maybe more. I guess we'll see. Is everyone dead? I think everyone's dead, and I think this is the end of the level. Definitely is. So we just have to reach here and... finito. So that's it for this episode, guys. I'll see you guys on the next part. On the flip side, bye-bye.